at the Electric Playground at Pinball Expo 2024, and I'm here with Rob. Rob, can you introduce yourself to the folks?
Yeah, hey guys, Rob with the Electric Playground. We make toppers for pinball machines.
Yes.
It's an add-on that sits on the top. If you're not in the pinball space, it's a way to kind of extend the theme beyond what you already have, and we've got 4 or 5 toppers on the market.
Nice.
Here at Expo, just hanging out.
Very cool. The first topper I saw was Godzilla, but one of the things I started following you more is you've been making content yourself. I love that you and David from Stumbler have been doing a regular modding show. Can you tell people about that show?
Yeah, so like mods are a big thing in pinball, like adding stuff to it, and there's a lot of work that goes into it, and there was no show that really celebrated like the process, highlighting creators. You know, we've got like our forums that we do, Pinside, Facebook, but you get buried real quick. So how do you get highlighted? So we wanted to create a show that obviously gave us an opportunity to reach more people, but also highlight creators.
Yeah, and it's called Inside the Lock?
In Before the Lock.
In Before the Lock,
Pinside,
okay.
On Pinside, as the thread's going downhill,
okay.
People really rapidly going downhill in the sense that it gets blocked.
I see.
People will jump in, so you got to get in before it gets locked.
Okay, got it. Okay, so that's the inside scoop of it. So I appreciate that because folks that follow my channel know me because of the mod. So as I've gotten more into the pinball community, I've appreciated learning about the process of modding. So yourself, now that you've been doing this for a few years now, tell me about how you got into the pinball modding scene in the first place.
Yeah, so my partner and I, Alec, we both got Godzilla on the same day, and we started like doing the things, getting the mods. I think Stumbler was offering his Tokyo Neon Tower soon beyond that, but there was no topper from Stern at the point, so we wanted to add this, thing to our topper. We both started kind of playing around with our own ideas, and I had a lot of experience with printing to acrylic and cutting acrylic. So a lot of things that are already in pinball machines. So we made our own topper.
Can you walk me over and show it to me?
So we've got a new topper now. So this is our kind of second generation topper for Godzilla. That one ultimately used a lot of content that we didn't, have the legal rights to use. But this one is a whole new design. It's really unique in that it actually
has the LCD screens in it, right?
It has 4 LCD screens. They communicate progress of the game. So as you work through the game, these screens will actually show you things that are happening in the game. So there are wires that feed down into the game underneath, and they sense light from certain inserts. And when those inserts light up, then the topper reflects that same progress in the game.
So it's the same version, it's just the 2 different colors for the original and
so
the
we've got a paint job that's customized for black and white, and then one that's customized for color, and then the artwork as well.
So between the 2 topper versions that you had, is that the main difference, the LCD screens, or is there anything else that you upgraded?
So the original one, which you could still get, different from the one I was talking about from a long time ago. The one that we're offering now has a plastic kind of art version of it, whereas this one has the screens on it.
Very cool. I know, I definitely saw this. This is super inspiring to see. And this is one of those like, it's a mod, but you can upgrade your mod, right? Isn't there like things that you can?
There are. So there is a couple add-ons that you can get. We're actually building 4 3D buildings that are sculpted. You good? We're building 4 3D buildings that are sculpted to go along with this. So you can actually remove the Eiffel Tower, Big Ben, and all those and replace them with additional pieces. So it is a moddable topper in that sense.
Yeah, I love that. When I first saw the module, there was just so many options to it. And so the design perspective is obviously based off of the Exilian's spaceship design.
Yeah,
do you
so
do a lot of design elements yourself?
Yeah, so there's a lot of people involved in the project at this point, both from a build and a design perspective. This topper is leaning into these 4 inserts here in the center, so
it's recreating that
tanks, right? So as those light up, and also as you progress through the city, so Tokyo's lit right now, and if you look at the topper, it's actually on fire, so it's telling the story, the game is, of Godzilla conquering these cities, and the topper is extending that story.
And that's what I always love about the pinball modding community, is you find a way to integrate stuff into the game more than just a cosmetic thing.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, a lot of people that are new to pinball don't realize that there's a progress in the game and often a story. You're not just banging it around. There's certainly no luck. It's a physical game where if you hit the shot, you get it. If you don't, you don't. And of course, we want to build toppers that kind of help lean into that progress.
Nice. Okay, so what's your newest topper?
Yeah, so our newest topper is for Attack from Mars. Extremely famous game from the 90s. And this topper extends the story in a similar way. So there's lots of light shows that are incorporated in the game. We're really excited in this. This is our first officially licensed topper.
Nice.
So we partnered with the
huge.
license holder to bring these characters to life, right? So like these characters are the same visually distinctive aliens in the game, and now you've got them on the topper.
Nice.
And it's got a lot of cool light
You do
shows.
some gameplay to see how it integrates? Is it actually
totally, yeah.
So as we watch the topper, how does it, what are some of the features we should be looking for?
Yeah, so right now you've got the stroke of luck that's blinking, and we'll give it a minute, it'll come up here shortly. So those blue beams up top are blinking, which indicates that you have a specific mode available to access. Get another one going here for you. The main feature is that whenever you attack the saucer, there's an interactive component, so give me a minute and I'll get that going.
Yeah, it's always like when you're trying to shoot that shot, right? It's easy.
I know. So this this bar here in the middle, it'll go down, and then whenever we hit the saucer, it'll shake, and you'll actually see this topper shake as well.
Yeah, Attack from Mars is one of those games that's been out for so long. So was there never an official topper for this game?
There was on the remake. So a company remade it, Chicago Gaming Company, and they did offer a topper, but you can't get it anymore. So this is really serving a need for those that, you know, can't get access to it anymore. All right, give me one more chance.
All right,
here,
that's okay, we got it. That's why you got 3 balls.
There we go, there we go.
It's a 3-ball game for a reason, so. All right, so he got the, there it is, okay.
So when you destroy the saucer, we're going to see more action, so we'll get a couple more. There we go.
There it is. Oh, very cool. Very cool. So from a mechanical standpoint then, do you have solenoids back there too?
Yeah, so there's actually 2 solenoids. Okay. They tap into the solenoids that fire that saucer. So if you come over here, I'll give you kind of a quick look at that.
Ah, so this is one that's off, okay.
So yeah, so you'll see there's a small solenoid firing that upwards, and then there's actually another one here. If you kind of get in low.
Yeah, I see that right there.
See how that fires up.
Okay. I love moving toppers, so integrating that into it, like motion on toppers is always like a fun thing, right?
Yeah,
it's like
so that kinesthetic, that mechanical element, we try to bring that into as many toppers as we can.
Yeah.
You didn't see it on Godzilla, but when you actually light the UFO,
there's a little thing that pops up,
that rises up out of it.
Yeah. Very cool. All right, tell me about this. This is for
Rush? So this is Twilight Zone, actually.
Twilight Zone,
yeah, so on Twilight Zone, you can actually load a gumball. There's a physical gumball machine. So when that happens, you actually get this action that you're about to see here.
Oh, fun.
You've also got a clock that turns with the clock in the game.
Yes.
I'll keep that going. And then whenever you have the multi-ball ready, you actually have this blue effect. So this is all pretty simple. There's basically a T-tap that clamps down to a couple wires in the game. There's no soldering or cutting involved. You just clamp that onto the wires, and then when that happens in the game, you know that it happens here.
Nice, very cool. I love that. So these are your current things that are available. What are any future plans that you can share yet?
Lots
or is that
of stuff.
all sort of
so working with the license holder, you know, we can bring a lot of toppers to market, like Medieval Madness, Monster Bash. Those are some potentials.
Love that. Very cool. Yeah, this opens up the door to like adding stuff. Any chance you revisit like maybe other name brand IPs? I know Star Wars is one that I have that hasn't had a topper that's readily available to get. Is that
anything's possible?
Anything's possible. That's
the bigger license holders are tougher to work with because volume is a key aspect of that. But there's ways to do different things.
I'm embarrassed to show you my $200 Star Wars topper I made, but we'll show you another time. All right, lastly, show me what you have over here. You have some homebrews, especially.
Yeah,
in your
so being in the mod community, which we're making mods, we also are like really blown away by people making full-on pinball machines. So these are homebrew machines, one-of-ones typically, and they're really doing everything.
You have a random stranger playing your machine. I don't know if he's allowed to do this. Sir, should you be playing this game? Sorry, he's a friend.
Yeah, no.
All right, so tell me about Friday the 13th.
Yeah, so Friday the 13th is a game that came out earlier this year. What really is fantastic about this game is like it looks at the quality of what you would find in like a Stern game. I mean, everything is really buttoned up. This game is awesome because its original layout but he did some really cool things. For example, he went to some of the Comic Cons and recorded voiceovers from actual actors from the original movie and incorporated it into the game.
Nice. So he found them and recorded.
He basically said like, hey, I'm doing this project. He did some awesome things with audio sampling where he was able to cut out the background noise. So you've got call outs from original actors in this game.
That's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah,
that's like a next level thing that a homebrew person would do.
Yeah,
I actually did a live stream with the homebrew guys, and each one of them have an amazing, crazy story.
I mean, it's really just about like a passion project.
Yeah,
but like
exactly.
We all do passion projects, but this is taking it to a serious level.
Seriously. Okay, and then tell me about the Tony Hawk.
Yeah, so Tony Hawk was developed. It's a friend of mine from St. Louis. That's where we're based. Tony Hawk is actually a title and an IP that a lot of people are really wanting to see. There's been a lot of people talk about attempting it from a homebrew perspective, but what Nick has done is like created a game that really embraces the game, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. So he's really leaning into the video game theme. Remember, like collecting the tapes, moving around the world. Whenever you start the game, you're actually selecting your skater, and each of them have attributes that are power-ups in the game. There's also just some incredible shots in this game. We've got 360
the 360
shots.
loop just immediately just screams like, wow, I don't see that too often.
Totally.
In a pinball game.
There's a lot of things. The skateboard there on the right both spins but also flips.
Okay.
So he's leaning into like things
flip.
about.
Oh wow, yeah,
totally.
I see that. Okay. Very cool. All right, it's also been one of those games where like when you're on the floor at Expo, what is there a line to play? And this has been one of the ones that people have been wanting to play like nonstop. So.
Yeah, these guys are really excited to see so many people want to get in and experience these. Lots of unique shots in these homebrews. You've got in the other homebrew section, you've got literally play fields that rise and shake and move.
Yeah.
So people are able to experiment, which is really fun to embrace.
All right, Rob, this is an amazing display. Thank you so much for talking to me for a little bit. Check out Electric Playground on YouTube.
Yes.
And Before the Lock with you and Davey from Stumbler. Check it out sometime, and we'll talk to you next time, man.
Love it, B. Appreciate it.
Bye.